So if you could just
Yeah.
tell me a bit about like your background and how you got involved in racing, that'd be great.
Yeah. Um, so I was a jockey for 6 years, and I got into that from just an interest in horses from a very young age, and was lucky enough to be able to ride ponies from when I was young. And it sort of grew from there, really. And then when I was 19, I moved to a racing yard, and after a year, I got my amateur jockey license, which was great fun and like an ambition. So that was a great time. And I spent time doing point to point races and amateur races, and I went over to France and had a month working in France, which it's really different over there, but it's like the way they produce younger horses, they get them jumping from a younger age, and it was just a really good experience to learn from. And then so I carried on riding for 5 years in total, and then it was during lockdown, which gave me a chance to sort of look at where I was and look at where I was going, and I just thought that it was the right time to maybe do something else aside from racing, like as in actually riding. So it wasn't a case I wanted to get out of the sport at all, because I'd spent my whole like working life and in and around the sport and building up contacts and learning lots. So I wanted to put that to good use and do something else within it, really.
So do you want to describe like what your role is like now, like on a day-to-day type thing?
Yeah. So I applied for a trainee clerk of the course role with Arena Racing Company, and I started in December. And that was something, because I had experience of like riding on different types of ground and different tracks. I thought that type of job really appealed to me, because it was a chance to explore that side of things even more, and you're still quite close to the action, so you're still at the races and liaising with trainers and jockeys and seeing the horses, which is something I'd sort of been doing anyway. So so on a day-to-day as a trainee clerk, it's been quite heavily training based, because obviously you have to get your accreditation is what you're working towards. So I've been spending a lot of time at different tracks with different clerks of the courses and different grounds teams and BHA officials, which are all part of your accreditation. So it's been really good spending times around different tracks, because you get to see how different people work, and you can sort of get different ideas from them to take back to Bath, where I'm based.
Mm-hmm.
So we started racing at Bath in April. So it's been good to be based there a lot more than I was. We've had 3 meetings now, and the process basically starts on entries day, when you have to give a go and description, sort of pre-entries day, so that when trainers are entering their horses, they have an idea of what the ground is like. And then 2 days before the race is when trainers will declare their horse. So you have to give a go and update again early in the morning, and also with the going stick, which is the electronic device that they use to measure the shear and the like the firmness of the ground, really. So you publish that figure, and some trainers go off it, and some trainers don't really look at it, but it's something that you have to publish. And then pre-race day is a lot of general sort of paperwork stuff to get ready, as in like the certain notices saying who the stewards and the officials on the day are, and then you'll be updating weather. So like in the summer at Bath, obviously a lot of the time it's going to be dry, so it'll be there won't be a lot of rainfall to contend with, but we have recently had quite a lot. So it's important to update the going regularly, so trainers have an idea of if their horse wants softer ground, then how it's going to change according with the weather. So it's important to be reactive to all the weather conditions, and to make sure that that's all updated. And then on a race day, again, it's an early start, walk at sort of 6 o'clock, do another go and update so they can all see. And we also send out a text, which is an Arena Racing Company unique aspect. You send out a group text to all the trainers that have runners and all the officials on the day as well, so that they're all aware of anything. They're all aware of the going, and if there's something like yeah, like a motorway closure or something that's going to affect people, then everyone's aware of that that's come to the races, you know. So it's little things like that that are a good touch to keep everyone in good communication, and to let them know things like that.
Do you have any advice for people that want to be involved in racing?
I'd say everyone seems really welcoming. Like when you're in a new role, especially, they'll be really keen to talk to you about things. So I'd say try and get as many experience days with people. So like people that have been in the job for years and that know a lot about it, definitely use their experience and knowledge to try and gauge whether that's something that you might want to do. You know, there's people that have been in the jobs for so many that aren't in the limelight, but they'll know so much about it. So I think don't be afraid to ask people, because generally they're really, really welcoming and want to help, because you know they love the sport, so they want young people to be coming through to enable it to carry on. So you know, and people are always happy for you to spend a day with them. You know, if you want to spend a day and just say, oh, I'd like to just see what your day-to-day role is, and you know, use their experience.